So, someone mentioned to me about the feelings of what's happening in America now about Black Lives Matter and how it's impacting them. And then I've watched America's Got Talent participant who was wrongly incarcerated, wrongly sent to prison for 35 years. How much of that was to do with color, or how much was that to do with just being at the wrong place at the wrong time? I don't know. But it got me thinking about the fact that in life we are going to come across circumstances and times where we won't be in control of what happens to us. We can only be in control of what we do and how we respond to people. And from a Christian point of view, and I think most other people can understand and feel the same way, that, or put it this way, not feel the same way, but can try and do it. It's not going to be easy, but it's something that the more we think about, the more we do, hopefully we might become better and more confident about doing, is how we respond to people and try and look at life in general and try not to see how much we are impacted, but what an impact we can make on others. So instead of seeing what, for example, take this guy who was wrongly incarcerated for 35 years, and he's amongst many others, so I'm only just using him because I've just watched his video on AGT, is using an opportunity to show the world a better place. We can't change what other people do and feel, but we can change us and how we respond. And we can make a difference. We can't make people do things we want them to do. But, for example, this guy who was incarcerated for 35 years and he didn't do anything, he has a beautiful voice. And if I try and just see a silver lining in that scenario, which, look, it's a dark cloud, and the silver lining might be a sliver of light. It's still there, and we need to try and focus on that sliver of light. Imagine what an impact he could make or had made. I don't know what interactions he had with other people in the prison there, his cellmate, the guards. Imagine just being the person you are and the person you want to be and doing the right things, the things that you want to see in the world. That is not a lost opportunity of being incarcerated incorrectly or falsely for 35 years. Was 35 years down the drain of your life? Yes. But was it 35 years of wasted time? Can you use 35 years of that time that might not look like it's good for you? But it's 35 years an opportunity to make a difference in someone else's life. Whoever you come into contact with. It doesn't have to be a difficult time for you. So it's just a thought out there. It's not an easy thought to think of. And most certainly when the time comes, it might not cross your mind. And we might get caught up in the world with a lot of emotions and feeling of injustice and self-injustice and how people have done us wrong. And I don't want to take away that what was done was wrong. I'm not taking anything out of that. I'm wanting to focus on what can be achieved with what you got. I don't know if I'm telling you, if I'm able to convey what I'm feeling right now, if that's right. If I'm getting across how exactly I'm feeling. My mind's been very aware. I've had a lot of thoughts. Sorry, I'm moving because I need to get okay. A lot of thoughts about life in general during this pandemic and how it's actually affected lives, and it's got me thinking deep thoughts. It's got me thinking about how we can focus on completely the wrong things in life. It's got me thinking of when the world is faced with a problem, we can unite and we can do good. But it's also got me thinking, sorry, I'm turning around. Oops. Don't want to let you fall. Oh dear. About good things. Good things in the world. And that, and of Ravi Zacharias dying. And how inspirational he is. But the thing that I got out of that is the most important thing in life is love. Love is so powerful. The love that God has for us is such a deep and strong love, and the kids are going to come running in soon, so hopefully I can hit the ember soon. But it's such a strong love, so intense, and it overpowers, it takes over everything else that we think is important, which actually isn't. God's love for us is greater than anything in the world, and if we focus on that and really try to have it inside ourselves, and we focus on love, the other things don't matter so much anymore. I love you all. I love life. I love people. I love animals. And I really hope that we can all grow from this experience of being in lockdown and this world pandemic, and that we can make ourselves better and love one another rather than hurt one another. Whether it's hurting by words, whether it's hurting by physical hurt or emotional. Love is very powerful, and it can really conquer and just I'm losing my words. It can just bridge, masses of canyons and depths of heartache, and it can touch and reach the furthest, deepest place. And this is getting completely